Welcome back to the AI Agents playlist. In our last video, we covered the two simplest agent types, fixed automation and LLM enhanced agents. Those were the foundation. Now in this video, we are stepping up to the something genuinely exciting. We are covering ReAct agents and ReAct+RAG agents. These are the agents that start to actually think, plan and reason through problems, much like a human would. Let's get into it. Let's quickly orient ourselves. We are already covered the two simplest agent types, fixed automation. It is pure rule following, no intelligence. Then we covered LLM enhanced, context aware, but still rule constrained. Today we are moving to the types 3 and 4 on the spectrum, ReAct and ReAct+RAG. This is a meaningful jump. We are crossing from agents that simply follow rules to agents that actually reason. Agents that think through problems step by step, make plans, take actions and adjust based on what they find. This is where things get really interesting. To understand why ReAct agents matter, let's look at what simpler agents simply cannot do. Fixed automation and LLM agents cannot break down complex problems into steps. They cannot create a plan and execute. They cannot adjust their approach when something unexpected happens. And they certainly cannot handle tasks that require multiple steps across different sources of information. Here is a concrete example. Ask a simple agent, plan a business trip to London next month within $3,000 budgets. It's completely lost. There are too many variables, too many steps, too many decisions to make. But a ReAct agent, it breaks that problem down, makes a plan, research each part and works toward a solution step by step. That is the difference. Meet the ReAct agent. The name itself tells you everything. ReAct stands for reasoning plus acting. The fundamental idea is this: instead of just immediately responding to an input, the agent first thinks through the problem, then it takes an action, then it evaluates what happened. And if needed, it goes back and think again, adjusts its approach and tries something else. Sound familiar? This is exactly how a thoughtful human solves a problem. Understand the situation, make a plan, take action, check if it worked, adjust if it didn't. ReAct agents bring this human-like problem-solving loop to AI. Let's walk through the workflow step by step. A query or task come in, the input. The agent enters the reasoning phase, where it thinks through what it needs to be done. Then it moves to the action phase, where it actually does something. Then it checks the result. Did it achieve the goal? If yes, great, it produces the final output. If no, it loops back to the reasoning, adjusts its thinking based on what it just learned, takes a new action and check again. This cycle repeats until the desired outcome is reached. This loop, reason, act, check, repeat, is what makes ReAct agents fundamentally different from anything we covered before. They don't give up after one attempt. They keep refining until they get it right. Let me give you a real simple analogy. Think of a ReAct agent as your most organized, thorough friend. You ask them to find the best Italian restaurant for a birthday dinner. They don't just Google it and tell you the first result. Instead, they think about it, what best means for you specifically. They search for nearby option. They check reviews, they consider your budget, they look at the reservation availability, they cross-check against your known preferences, and then they come back with the real reasoned recommendation. That is the ReAct agent. It doesn't just react to your question, it thinks through it systematically and acts on each part before giving you an answer. Here are the key characteristics of ReAct agents. Intelligence. It combines reasoning and action, genuinely mimicking how humans approach problems. Behavior. It handles multi-step workflows and dynamically adjusts its strategy when new information comes in. It doesn't stubbornly stick to a plan that is not working. Scope. It can assist with open-ended problem solving even when there is no clear direct path to the answer. Strength, strategic planning, multi-stage queries, tasks that require dynamic adjustment. There is a trade-off to be aware of. Because the agent is reasoning through multiple steps, it can be slower and more expensive to run than simpler agent types. For complex tasks, this is absolutely worth it, but it is something to factor into your decisions. Where do ReAct agents show up in the real world? Travel planning is a perfect use case. The agent needs to research flights, hotels, activities, balance them against a budget and find the best overall combination. That requires reasoning through multiple variables simultaneously. AI game masters in interactive games use ReAct to dynamically respond to player choice, creating story branches and maintain complex game logic across many turns of play. Project planning tools use ReAct to break down a project into tasks, assign resources based on availability, and adjust timelines when blockers appear. And Research Assistant, which is actually the example from our source book, use ReAct to break a research question into smaller sub-questions, search each systematically, and synthesize the finding into a coherent answer. ReAct agents are a massive improvement over simpler types, but they still have one significant limitation. Where do they get their information from? Only from their training data, and training data has a cutoff date. It doesn't know about things that happened after it was trained. It cannot access specialized databases or proprietary knowledge. When it's uncertain, it can sometimes hallucinate, making up plausible sounding but incorrect information. Make a pure ReAct agent what the current stock market price of Apple is, and it will give you its best guess, which could be very wrong and very out of date. This is the problem that the next agent type solves beautifully. Meet the ReAct+RAG agent. We call it as grounded intelligence. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. The core idea is elegant. You take everything that makes ReAct great, the reasoning, the planning, the multi-step action, and you add real-time access to external knowledge, databases, documents, and APIs, live data feeds. The result is an agent that doesn't just think logically through problems, it backs up every step of its reasoning with actual, current, and accurate facts. The workflow of ReAct+RAG agent is very similar to standard ReAct agent with one crucial addition. At the knowledge retrieval step, instead of relying solely on what the model already knows, the agent actively goes out and search external sources. It might query a database, it might research or search through a document library, it might call an API for live data. This retrieved knowledge then feeds back into the reasoning process, grounding the agent's thinking in real, verified, current information. The loop then continues: reason, act, retrieve knowledge, check result, and repeat until the goal is achieved. Every step is now informed by actual external facts, not just training data. Here is a simple way to understand the differences. A ReAct agent is like a smart friend who thinks problem through carefully, but they are working purely from memory. They might have gaps. They might be working with outdated information. They might be uncertain about specific facts. A ReAct plus RAG agent is that same smart friend, same reasoning ability, same thoughtful approach, but now they have instant access to a full library. Real-time internet search, your company's internal documents, and live data feeds. Same intelligence, infinitely better information. But that combination, what makes ReAct plus RAG so powerful for high-stakes situations. The key characteristics of ReAct plus RAG agents paint a clear picture of when and why to use them. Intelligence, they combine the reasoning power of an LLM with external knowledge sources, including databases, APIs, and documentation. Behavior, ReAct style reasoning with dynamic knowledge retrieval built into every step. The output is always grounded in real current information. Scope, designed specifically for scenarios that require high accuracy. This type of agent significantly minimizes hallucinations because it's working with retrieved facts rather than relying on memory. Best for high-stakes decisions, domain-specific applications, and any task that require real-time or specialized knowledge. The trade-off more complex to set up and high computational cost, but for the right use cases, absolutely worth it. The real-world applications of ReAct plus RAG agents are genuinely impressive. Legal research tools use this approach to reason through complex legal questions while retrieving relevant case law, statutes, and precedents, and providing accurate, properly cited legal analysis. Medical assistants reason through patient symptoms while retrieving current clinical studies and the latest treatment guidance, ensuring advice is based on the most up-to-date medical knowledge. Technical support agent reason through technical problems while pulling from product documentation and known issue databases. And financial research agents, which is actually the example built in detail in the source book, reason through investment questions while retrieving real-time market data and current financial reports. These are all high-stake domains where accuracy matters enormously, exactly where ReAct plus RAG shines. Let's compare ReAct and ReAct plus RAG agent directly. Both have reasoning capability. Yes. Both handle multi-step tasks. Yes. External knowledge access. ReAct has none. ReAct plus RAG has full access. Real-time data. ReAct cannot access it. ReAct plus RAG can retrieve it dynamically. Then hallucination risk. ReAct has some risk since it relies on training data. ReAct plus RAG minimizes this risk significantly because it works with retrieved facts. Best use cases. ReAct is great for strategic planning and general reasoning tasks. ReAct plus RAG is the choice for high stakes, domain specific, accuracy crucial application, and where getting the facts right is non-negotiable. Now let's zoom out and compare all four agents we are already covered side by side. Context aware, only fixed automation lacks it. The other three all have it. Rule following, fixed automation and LLM enhanced or strictly rule bound, while ReAct agent use reasoning rather than predefined rules. Multi-step capability. Only ReAct and ReAct plus RAG can handle multi-step tasks. Reasoning, only the ReAct types have genuine reasoning abilities. External knowledge access, only ReAct plus RAG can retrieve from external sources. Memory, none of these four types have persistent memory between sessions. Cost and complexity. increases as you move right across the spectrum. The right choice depends entirely on your specific task requirements. Here is a simple decision framework covering all 4 types. Start by asking, is your task repetitive and perfectly structured? Yes. Use fixed automation. Does it need language understanding but still needs to follow strict rules? Yes. Use LLM enhanced. Does it need to reason through multiple steps dynamically? Yes. Use ReAct. Does it also need real-time information or access to specialized knowledge? Yes. Use ReAct plus RAG. And if you or your use case requires memory across sessions, remembering what happened in previous interaction, neither of these 4 types is the right fit. That is what the most advanced agent type cover, and we will be getting into those videos in next video. Okay, let's recap today's 2 agent types. Type 3, ReAct agent, reasoning and action combined into a loop that repeats until the goal is achieved. Capable of multi-step problem solving and dynamic adjustment, best for planning, research and multi-stage tasks that require genuine thinking. Type 4, ReAct plus RAG agent. Everything ReAct does plus real-time access to external knowledge sources. Minimizes hallucinations by grounding every step in retrieving fact. Best for high-stake domains like legal, medical, and financial applications where accuracy is non-negotiable. The shift from rule following to reasoning is most important conceptual jump in understanding AI agents, and you have just made it. In our next video, we complete the agent type series with 3 more sophisticated types. Tool enhanced agents that can use multiple APIs and software tools simultaneously. Then self-reflexive agent that actually think about their own thinking and improve over time, and memory enhanced agent that remember your preferences and past interactions to deliver truly personalized experiences. These are genuinely sophisticated, and possibilities they unlock are exciting. Make sure you are subscribed and following the playlist. See you in the next one.